All right, I'm back, but this is just getting funnier and funnier. First is like, I don't think these kids know who Luke Skywalker is. I always refuse to call him Uncle Luke, you know, or even just Luke. Really, he changed it to Luke first, right? And I think this is because I made that video a couple of, what was that, about 5, 6 weeks ago, about Dick is in the dust, right? And you know, my other story is about Two Live Crew, you know, but they don't seem to understand that we don't listen to any celebrity like that. If we agree with you, it's because you're saying something that we agree with, not because you're famous or rich and famous, or if you're just rich. You know what? That see, we keep telling y'all somebody being rich, even if they're not famous, or a position. You know, the mayor. You know, you what you say it has to make sense. But alrighty then, this is like, but the kids is like, I don't know who y'all trying to impress with this one. But oh, you know what? Uh it's let me see. Yeah, here it is. I passed it. The easiest way to look. No, I didn't even listen and watch it because it's just so, just the thumbnail. Look at it. Luke Skywalker wants to know what Republicans do for black people. Then it's like, go ahead, I'll wait. What legislation did they pass? It's like, why would y'all get, and then first of all, he was never really our guy, you know, by the 90s, and as we older years, Luke's Peep Show, all that. I never seen it once. But he's more like Martin. He was like one of the first, like DJ Khaled, but he only had one group. He did, he didn't rap. That's one of the things when it first came out. Like in '87, like what does he do? But it's like you knew it was his group though, so you just figured he just put it together. But he don't rap. He just get it. But he was, he had his little chants and shit. Captain Cover, all that shit. That was in the '90s though. But uh, and then when you see the story, yeah, he did like put together, but like we thought. But he was, it was the rappers. It was Fresh Cat Ice and Brother Marquise that made the group for real. But so anyway, they went and found him and dug him up to have him look into anything. You would rap. And then he says it like he's smart. What has the Republican Party done for black people? Go ahead, I'll wait. You could try ending slavery. You could try the fact that the Republican Party was founded to end slavery in the first place. It just goes on and on. Then you got idiots in the comment section. Well, what about in the last? So basically, they want like free stuff. That's what they're talking about. Not our freedom, not the ability to be your own man or woman. You know, start a family or whatever. It's just to them it's about something that says black folks was ended slavery, and just every. But it's also to them that, like I said, it's something that says, "Hey, black folks, we give y'all he probably talking about reparations. Talk about go ahead, And most of us always thought Luke was kind of slow anyway, you know. But the whole time, if you just listen to him talk from the beginning, since 80, I didn't hear about him until 1987. I think I was in seventh grade or something. But you know, the group was dope. The music, and then really years later, you didn't really listen to it again. But then I know why, because about 2 months, I think they had been said though years ago that Brother Marquise was from New York or something, and that's why it didn't. But then I remember or saw a video about 2 months ago, and Chinaman, Fresh Kid Ice, he I think both of them like from New York. That's why they rap. Was you didn't realize how good, because as a kid it was just funny too. Hey pussy, all the words. It's still, because you're 12, 13, it's still just funny. But NWA cuss, but it wasn't funny. The first NWA about in 87, 88, before Straight Outta Compton, they had one before that. But they had funny songs on there too. They had funny, but it was more harder, hardcore. But looking back, it's like, oh, they was pretty nice, pretty good with the lyrics. Fresh Kid, I said that's why you liked them so much, because they actually had good lyrics. Them two. But anyway, let me play with this dummy says. It's embarrassed him. If it did, honestly, thinking what people in the comments are thinking, because he was the first way before Diddy was Puffy was even famous. But if you think about it, his whole thing was that sex. So it was nothing to hide. And he didn't make, you don't hear any things about him trying to make people famous. He did, make a few, like Trick Daddy. But I doubt if he did it, yeah, Trick Daddy. I doubt if Trick Daddy had to do something to get famous. But you never know. But and so the girls with Luke, there's no stories, because everybody know that's what they were there for the whole time. It wasn't no, like say like with Puffy and them, and they're supposed to be an R&B star. No, with Luke Skywalker, they was there in a G string the whole fucking time. So there's no oh he lied to me. I was gonna be an actress or nothing like that. No, they when they showed up in their best for the audition. They showed up and damn near butt naked, all butt naked. Once the doors closed, knowing what was finna go down. So
you need to educate yourself on the Democrats. They don't care about American. And the Republicans do.
see that they have to see what I know. I'm just saying, but that is now you kind of see what I deal with, because he kind of remind me of some of my friends, younger of course, but that's how they act. They don't have a real answer. They just and it's like I said, the ones that I'm talking about are the ones who like I said, they didn't do well. They still was stuck in the life trying to sell drugs or stuff like that, and they ain't got his money. Or some of them did have money and lost it. Then saw some went to prison, but they try to use just being outnumbering me. And it wasn't fear, it was more just, to get me to shut up and let's do something else. This is in the tooth after I got out the army, and just, let's do something else, or, that and not talk about this. So they would try to, outnumber me. Yeah, shame, I guess, shame, yeah.
Please write on here how the Republicans care they've done to support.
And first of all, like I said, nowadays, like I've been said, a good economy supports black people. Everybody. You can't just support one person. That's the end of it. It is. There's no just support. I don't want just support for black people. I don't want because then the next person get in. Oh, I got to support this only. You know, that's just dumb. And if you smart, a smart black man, you gonna make it. If everything's good, and like I said, nobody, there's no racism. I don't know where the hell you going that you can't get. That your credit fucked up. You fucked it up. We all been there, but that there's a if you can't get something, it's not racism. And it's the Democrats who making everything hard if you're trying to do something for yourself, start your own business and all that shit. That's them. And Kamala with that bullshit about $25,000, that shit ain't gonna work.
Black people. No, I'm not talking about Diddy. Tell me what they've done. I'll wait. What they've done. What legislation that they've passed to support black people. What legislation they didn't stand in the front of against when it came to black people.
What is he talking about? Everything was them. Everything. This boy stupid. It's like they said,
Do what you gotta do.
just I don't know if he even make music. I doubt if he's making music anymore. Just enjoy it. We gave you all that money. Just enjoy it and shut the fuck up. Don't embarrass us no more. It's like, he married though. See he got married to I would assume as a good woman. She's already when they met she was already like she's his age. Yeah, she's already a lawyer. For years she's older than us. She's a So it's like you had all your fun, enjoy your life and your wife, and shut the fuck up. She's a black chick, probably HBCU, probably one of them. What's that one in Miami? FAMU. I mean, I don't know. I ain't listen to all that. They was doing again, like the regular celebrities. They was doing showing their house or something like that, or not really. No, she wasn't showing their house. She was just talking probably about him, and I guess she really probably for the women her age that or whatever, explaining why she married, Luke Skywalker. But and she's a professional, But like I said, she might, even though she's older than me, she might be one of them diversity hire lawyers back in the day.
32. Shit. I hope they gave you a check for this shit.
If you can believe it, there are actually people in these comments that are supporting and listening to Uncle Luke.
Check for this shit.
What did he say? What did he...
Do what you gotta do, 32. Shit. I hope they gave you a check for this shit.
If you can believe it, there are actually...
I mean, everything is about getting a check. It was covered up in the 80s when we first listened to him because that's what you're supposed to do, get money. But, it wasn't from the government, drug dealer, whatever. I'm just saying, we kids. But it just, you didn't, and either way, it didn't matter. Nobody, at that age, I was still in middle school. Still had to go to church, and, had to, meaning had to, but matter of fact, I remember having my church clothes on because, now, people, my family is always going to somebody's house for dinner after church. Not all the time, but, when I'm in the back seat, still got my church suit on and, my headphones on, literally listening to Hey, We Got Some Pussy. I just thought about it, like even 80s headphones, if you got them up loud, you can hear, people next to you can hear it. And it just, kind of horrified me. Recently I thought, like, wait a minute, even them 80 Walkman headphones, you got it up. But nobody said anything, so maybe, I think the radio might have been on or something. They was talking, and they probably couldn't hear it. But nobody ever said nothing, we going to these different houses, after church dinner. But, so I'm saying is it wasn't influencing like that. I'm literally listening to, hey, we got some pussy, and maybe there's, this one, one in church, whatever. Usually there's a girl my age, it's church, whoever house we over, deacon so and so who invited us over, or sister so and so. I ain't even paying attention to the girls. I'm outside by myself in their front yard listening to my headphones. Literally, hey, we want some pussy, and the rest of it, but it's like, so what I'm saying is he's trying to bring that mentality in. They gotta pay you. Man, the crackheads gotta pay you. Or if you one of them pimp niggas, they gotta pay you. The hoes. Or if you one of them type of pimp niggas, not pimping the hoes literally, but you got women with jobs that pay you. You're gigolo, something like that. They gotta pay you. But not the government, man. It's but he was never a gangster rapper. Not, his two rappers, the two were, but he see someone like Tupac would have understood right now, once it's all uncovered, and a whole bunch of the, none of the ones, the real, Ice Cube, like I said too, he don't have the courage to come out. He want to, but I think he just still, like, I don't know. I just want to see who gonna do for something for us. So they got the easy, they take the easy way out. What are you gonna do for black folks? Whoever gonna work with us is like, they ain't got time to just work with you and us. You got to run the whole goddamn country. But at least Snoop just shut up, and he still do touring and shit like that, and do his little not little. I'm pretty sure he make a whole bunch of money with Martha Stewart and all that shit. And yeah, just make money, man. Don't give no opinions. Just you know team up with somebody, some shit, and make you some money. Serious. That's how you supposed to do. That's inspirational. It don't have to be with a white old lady, it don't, whatever works. We don't need your political opinion.
Actually, people in these comments that are supporting and listening to Uncle Luke. We know who Uncle Luke is, right? For him to even come out here, especially when 1 second, baggers will say, we don't need celebrities to say anything, stay out of politics. But in this case, they want to listen to Uncle Luke. Listen, you coloreds can continue to be all behind Cam like she's the second coming of Jesus.
I never heard of this. But that's why I said, see, I never heard of her. And they put her in my recommendations about 20 minutes ago, or 30 or 40. Hold on, I've been talking 20 minutes. About 30 minutes ago, I never seen this channel, but obviously, it's because I think they literally got Luke Skywalker to do that live cast and say that. You can say that it looks organic, like it literally just happened, like, because especially nowadays, now that a lot of blacks are waking up, they are gonna come naturally to any black celebrity making live streams and ask questions. So that could be true too. But even if that was organic, it happened naturally. They made sure I saw it though. I'll tell you that much, because I never seen this girl channel, and I don't pay attention to Luke Skywalker. I don't go on, Matter of fact, though, like I said, the only one that I went to their live stream on YouTube was Willie D, and him and Scarface. They got another channel. Scarface I don't see no live with him. He's sick, but they got the Ghetto Boys. But other than that, there's really nobody else.
Christ, all you want to. If she gets in, and you are still suffering, and you still ain't got shit, and you still ain't going nowhere, and you still whining and complaining, and you still can't eat, and you still can't sleep, and you still...
And see, that's what I'm saying. I think people are listening to me, because at first I think everybody really was trying to be nice and just debate. No, well, Kamala's the, or no, the Democrat, they were trying to, I said, man, stop. I kept telling these people, look, at this point, it's like when you, I don't know about how, especially if you my generation or older, or maybe a little bit younger, you still got raised the same way. Gets to a point, they're going to tell you, okay, you just like, you know, and you can hear the talking, they just keep doing it over, no matter how much I whoop them. I took everything away. They just won't, And then looking back in hindsight, yeah, they end up in prison or something. They really, like I said, when I was a little bit younger, I could overhear the conversations, in the late '80s. We would, when that new generation, they was older than me. I was about 14. They started going to prison, and they consoling the mother because they saw her, and they used to talk to. They obviously just like she gonna come to them when like when he like 12, 13 and getting in trouble, or maybe don't come home to super late. And so now they know for a fact that she tried everything. And yeah, I remember hearing that, you tried everything, you know, it's not your fault. See, now a mother who got an 18-year-old about to go get arrested or got about to go to prison facing the case, she gonna defend him and this and that and racist that and da 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 da. And I'm like, how come in the '80s they didn't do that? They and on top of it, they tried everything. They did. They tried it. Some of you sent their kids to Job Corps. And honestly, I know a lot of kids that went to Job Corps, and I don't know one success story. I said I don't know. The gang stalkers might send somebody, just some random interaction where I find a black dude, probably my age, and he just find a way to say, yeah, I went to Job Corps, and yeah, I got this job right here. But I don't know one person. I can't count how many. I don't know how many, but I know a lot of dudes that went to and girls. But to see all the dudes that went, they told me that's all it was. It just it was a whole bunch of hoes in there, and they be fucking. And this was back in the late '80s and '90s, and da 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 da. But they all still left, because I guess don't matter about the girls. I guess to them, Job Corps was like I don't know, all it was. But they would leave, they would run away. But like I said, the mama, the single mom, she tried. She tried.
Still being taken down in the streets. I'm going to come back to this daggone video and the other videos where I'm saying the same thing and say we told you, because you're so blinded by color, and then you'll talk about somebody else.
Yeah, see, I'm not coming back and saying anything I told you. If she gets in. See, that's what I'm saying. The difference between us and y'all will sabotage. You see, none of us will sabotage ourselves, meaning wanting Kamala to get in so y'all can suffer, so y'all can suffer it. We can say, see, we told you. Nah, nope. Y'all would do that though. Y'all would literally go and help and try to help vote for Kamala so you can see us. But y'all don't understand the difference this time is we're telling you what communism is. You're not gonna prosper. It's not gonna flip all of a sudden. It ain't gonna be, oh, somebody's here for us. They gonna give us free stuff. Everybody's gonna suffer. And like I said, in my assumption, in my esteemed opinion, in my learned opinion, but seriously, in my opinion, y'all are gonna do worse than communist country than ever. And we're gonna because we ain't got no choice. And we're smarter than you. So we're gonna figure everything out first. Y'all are still gonna suffer even worse. You won't be able to sit outside all day out if you're homeless. You're not gonna be able to do it because they don't like that. They're the ones who really don't like it. They're only letting you do it to make Republicans look bad, but it don't work. So you ain't gonna be able to sit outside all day. You ain't gonna be able to panhandle. Like I said, pull up pictures of Russian or any other communist country. There was no homeless. There were no bums. There was nothing. There was no crime. There was no drugs. There was nothing. All of that. The Russian mob didn't come to after, I guess, 1988, 1989. That's when crime and everything was. But see, that means that capitalism is wrong because once they let everybody be free, the crimes come in. It's like it really ain't got to be like that. But that is a fact. There was no crime in Russia. Shit. It's just like those movies. It was just like it. You ain't doing nothing. Big Brother is watching. Ain't no, any crime, the biggest crime you gonna do is stealing extra bread. And then you gonna get hard time for that. Yeah, you was a big time drug dealer in 2023 and 24, but after you fuck around and help Kamala win, your biggest crime gonna be stealing an extra loaf of bread. You gonna be a bread trafficker.
So blinded by color, and then you'll talk about somebody else being racist. You are gonna worry about the fact that Cam is black and not look at anything that she has said, nothing that she has done, the fact that she is hiding from the media, she's hiding from you coloreds. She ain't listening to none of us. She ain't taking no questions from nobody. Every single interview has been in a controlled environment. I just watched a rally with Donald Trump taking questions from the daggone audience. All you all are doing is voting for your demise yet again for the umpteenth time. You don't want to look into anything. You would rather listen to freaking Uncle Luke of all people, who 1 second you will say that he did all these bad things to the world and to women and to black people in the culture and the rap scene. And then the next minute you want to listen and defend him for political information. You won't even go to a proper political source. You're sitting here allowing Cam to tell you that it's okay to go talk to in the Smoke podcast, whatever the hell it's called. It's okay to be talking to Dana Bash on CNN. Why does she not go to Fox News? I'm waiting for someone to tell me why she won't go to an opposing place in order to talk. JD Vance don't have a problem with it. Donald Trump don't have a problem with it. He certainly did go to the NABJ. Y'all don't seem to give a damn about that. You're going to find a way to be negative about what's in your face, about something that will help you, and then you'll sit up here and fight for something that's not good for you, and then turn around to say it's racist.
That's what I think they listening to me. You like, I'm not talking about views. Remember I told you I make these videos. I've been on the first time I picked up this phone and said, let me make, back then I had to just upload videos. And honestly, I ain't know nothing about live streaming. I just said, you know what, let me live stream. Or maybe y'all told me, or God told me, somebody, What I mean by y'all, you know how y'all voice the scope, some shit, just do it live so you won't have to upload, and then, I didn't even know, because I tried it. Remember I told you I started other channels because, the YouTube censorship. It turns out you got to have 50 subscribers before you can even live stream. And, on my other channels, I it's like, oh shit, I ain't even. So what I'm saying, I didn't know, people had subscribed because I don't look at all that. I really didn't. But my thing is, I knew the same way if I was just talking to somebody on the phone right now. Even I was talking to customer service and I said certain things, and even times, some customer service, you could tell the girl whatever, and we might flirt a little bit, but either way, next thing you know, people outside or wherever I go to the store, they're saying what I said, whatever or something. So I knew making these videos, I can say without, I don't know if it's like it with the words y'all like to say, narrative, you control the narrative. I don't like that shit. It just sounds like you're trying to sound smart. Yeah, you sound like a stupid person sounding, narrative. Everybody's, because, it's something that everybody's using now. Narrative. They're trying to control the narrative. Fuck is it? Whatever. You narrating a book or something? You Morgan Freeman, the narrator? I was ever since I was a child. What the fuck is the narrator? I know it's just jokes. But it's like really in our day you didn't look to Luke really for nothing too much. Like I said, really it had to be hindsight that Brother Marquise and Fresh Kid Ice, Chinaman are actually good rappers. because it was just like the other party songs. It was a level above, definitely, MC Hammer. I'm just saying, as far as hardcore, you know. And I mean, even by high school, everybody knew why Hammer went broke. We always say it. It wasn't too much defending him, but we were like, he's not broke. He just can't pay his bills. Everybody knew what bankruptcy was. There was only a few people. Oh, he don't. It's not like he's down to $0. He filed the other bankruptcy to protect him from his creditors, so he still got a couple of mil. It's nothing like what he had. And we all knew, cause a lot of us had seen him in concert, like in '88. It's like, yeah, he had like 40 fucking people with him. He can't bring the whole hood to take care of him and state to state, across the country, across the world. But, 2 Live Crew, nobody took him serious like that. Like I said, the song I did play, that was the first time I heard them like actually rap on a serious song. You didn't hear, all you heard was Luke Skywalker talking, and what he said was kind of, the day I played it, I wanted to go into when he said, do you see a black man flying the plane? Back then, even as a teenager, I think I was 16, Luke Skywalker always sounded slow, you know. But he did all that, the business, his business, and all that. So he wasn't too slow. But it's like, and then with him, you can't even say what do they have on him because his whole thing was sex. So it's like you can't say he's being blackmailed because he presented some kind of image of a family man from the beginning. And now there's tapes of him with women, and it's like, yeah, there's tapes. He put him out there. He had a channel of me or whatever on H or something. What was it on Luke's Peep Show on HBO, and it was basically porn. I don't know how much they showed, but because I would hear about it. But I think by the time it came out, I was in the army, and I just ain't had time, whatever. But I think it came out before I was in the army. I just really wasn't interested in seeing it like that. But
racism. It's racism on your damn own. It's self-inflicted. It's a self-inflicted wound. You will not open your mind to look at anything from any other view except for racism and what somebody gonna do for black people. Here's my question. What's black people gonna do for black people? What you gonna do for your damn self? What are you gonna do to help you and your own damn family? What are you going to do to go out there and get it for your damn self while you got all these people on tickety damn talk complaining and whining about the fact that they don't want to work, whining about the fact that the eggs high, the milk is high? I'm sorry, aren't they high under Biden/Cam? You can't live. Isn't that under Biden/Cam? You can't rent. Isn't that under Biden/Cam? But you conveniently want to forget all that and just call out racist. You will not look at anything, but you'll listen to Uncle Luke. This is where we are right now, 2024, when you got the whole ass internet to tell you every damn thing that you need to know. The damn CARES Act during C-19 got passed within 48 damn hours after it was daggone presented and signed by a Republican named Donald damn Trump. You remember them PPP loans, the Paycheck Protection Program that y'all are still getting out here using so that you could get your BBL, so that you could get cars, so you could buy houses. Now your asses is going to jail for that. Don't forget that part because that's what that included. It was supposed to be forgivable loans for those that have businesses. Y'all.
Yeah, they try to, they try to blame Trump for that. Oh, see, because it is one of the most fraud-ridden, government programs in history. But none of us worried about that, as far as that tarnishing. No, first of all, y'all, shenanigan the election. But secondly, the main thing, it was to help real businesses. The implementation of it was the Democrats. After he signed, you can't blame him. No, I don't want to hear it. It's like, again, like I said, I mean, y'all put him out the White House. And secondly, the video showed that people were just, and the form was so easy that they just had to, literally from what I hear now, it was like super easy. And seriously, I know where I'm from. The niggas I know, I mean, I don't think I hear anything about anybody because they would have known. Like, nah, bro, they just ain't give. It's like that easy. Like, get that shit back or something. Yeah, seriously, you get okay, but Yeah, like I saw one video, he was like, "Yeah, I got everybody on. I put everybody, showed them how to do it." Nigga, when no, I don't know, no damn nigga, seriously, would have took that. It took that money if one of our homeboys came and said, "This all you got to do," from the government. No, ain't no way in hell. It's like too many niggas been to prison. We learned that way before all that. But it's a different generation. We know they coming for that shit. You know, it's real. I bet. With because either way, if they did, they going to prison. So I would know. It'll be like, oh, he took one of them. But from what I heard the last few times I do talk to them, ain't nobody balling. So nobody I know did that shit.
Y'all out here lying and scamming, getting yourselves into trouble. I guess that's Trump's fault, white supremacy, discrimination, and racism. Remember when you were unemployed, and not only did that act say that you could get the max on the unemployment, because you know damn well that's not.
Or if they did, they got somebody else in somebody else's name to do it. But seriously, they would got some. Yeah, I just thought about. Oh, it's like, am I dry snitching? This is called dry snitching. If they, but see, I don't know at all. I'm not dry snitching. I ain't been in contact in I don't know how many years. But scratch that. But
How it works. You also got an additional 600 on it. That was 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Every week you get paid from unemployment. You got that money, decided to go make Amazon one of the best companies, making the most money ever in life, instead of saving it, instead of paying your rent. Remember, because you didn't have to pay your rent. Remember, you didn't have to pay your mortgages. Instead of making a plan to make sure that you can pay it later on, y'all out here spending money. Just like when reparations comes, if reparations come, ain't gonna make nobody richer than Gucci, Fucci, Poochie, Lucci, and Amazon. But go ahead and keep waiting for something that is already out here for you. Nothing in life says that life is supposed to be easy. I don't understand why it is you're looking for something in particular as far as black is concerned. That daggone thing said that you didn't have to pay your rent, said that you could stay at home, didn't have to pay your daggone mortgage, and y'all still ain't happy. You was happy to be at home, but then you weren't happy to be home, and then it was like, I'm in the house bored. Now I want to get out of the house. Get your ass out of the house. You don't want to work. I'm sorry, when you were home and didn't want to work, you didn't want to be there no more. Then you got out, so you just thought that the government was going to take care of you for the rest of your life. But then when the daggone government say that you got to do something, or it don't work that way, or they don't give you what you want, then you mad that the government ain't doing something for you. Then you going to sit up here and say it's racism, discrimination. How about the fact that Section 8 is there for everyone? But let's not act like y'all ain't sitting around waiting for it. We've done story after story after story after story. And then you got commenters saying that black people should wait for the daggone government to give them the daggone Section 8. Y'all want to listen to that mess. Y'all want to listen to daggone loot. Y'all don't want to go out here and get what you need to get for you and yours, and then it's somebody else's fault. I'm going to go ahead and read all of these things through that this woman just said in the comments about what the Republicans have done for black people. I don't know that it's true. I just want to read it because, child, she made this whole daggone list. I'm going to go ahead and say that most of it must be accurate. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery, passed under President Lincoln. 14th and 15th Amendments granted citizenship and voting rights to black Americans, led by Republicans during Reconstruction. Civil Rights Act of 18...
And then, I'm gonna let it finish, but going through the comments, the communists are so stupid. I could just show it. It ain't going nowhere. It's like, so what have they done recently? It's like, so what they mean by what have they done recently? They're talking about like welfare or something like that. Yeah, promise the government what do Democrats do? Promise the government will take care of us through Boule. And the Boule is that's what we're talking about. Jesse and them. That's the sororities, the AKAs, and the fraternities. That's them black, clowns. Jesse Jackson and then Al Sharpton, the activists that got to keep racism alive in order for them to have a job. It is talking about here it is. what the 13th, what year, or what they're trying to be funny. But like I say, you know what? Quit even going back and forth with this motherfuckers. All of them, anyway. Oh, here's the best. Oh, this shit. This is, and I know it's true right here. Trump administration passed the Music Modernization Act that will help artists in royalty collection. Luke is directly benefiting from something Trump did. I'm waiting for the interview that he did with Jay-Z with the lesbians in the background to be explained. Luke Skywalker. And see, there they go with the, and it's always one of these type of accounts, with the, just that color. It is that how does it? That's just one thing, and actually, that's just a stupid question. Because what this is saying is, why is he even talking about Republicans? And this, he's trying to say, well, Luke is trying to speak out for everybody. No, everything they did, exactly the whole time. As it it's still on the line about Trump was working off. No, it wasn't. All the economists said no, that was not. That is not true. That is just a fact. But like we said, that's why I said, just leave them alone. They keep talking about, oh, it was Obama and da da da, and everybody, all scholars, history say Obama was the worst president. That means the economy wasn't his. The people that study presidents and history, Obama was the worst president. So there's no way that was his economy. Economists, Obama, Biden, all that. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The new hurricane. And here it is. This idiot. Here. Look at this house, nigga. They always look the same. The Dems had two that gave us a Social Security and Medicare. First of all, if you had a good career, and like everybody said, you can't afford it. Like I said, as a kid in the '80s, he would have been, I guess, in his 20s when I was like 10 or something. He probably would have been in his 30s. Yeah, you can't live off Social Security. It never was. Medicare either. You need a good job with good insurance. Medicare, none of that. All that shit, you gonna wait so long, you gonna die waiting on an appointment. If you old, Social Security, no, you can't live on. That's like I said, I've been said it. Well, when I got out of the army, first thing I did was try to go to college. Go to college. I got to do something. It wasn't just because of responsibilities. And not like I said, that's why I was kind of impressed. And this is, you call it snobbish, with not just my friends, my peers, the older kids in my school in Birmingham, because they all seemed to know the same thing my family did in New York. Everybody, that Social Security not gonna be enough. You got it, just going to college ain't good enough. You got, like I said, the girls, you can look up to them. 18-year-old girls when I was 14, the seniors. I can't even imagine 18-year-old girls now. They all making a stallion, this and that. You can listen to these, they could give, and they were talking about, money and careers and stuff like this. And but So yeah, everybody knew Social Security. Stuff I had heard years before, 4 or 5 years before, when I was still in New York, just listening because it wasn't politics. It was people they knew. You know, my grandma was a nurse who was about to retire. She was the head nurse on her floor. You know, had a house and everything to sell and this and that in retirement. But I'm just saying, you know, yeah, she got divorced. I guess she was like an early feminist. You know, took it from my granddad. But anyway, but uh, but you know, like they say, they point out, well, she had the most money anyway. But uh, yeah. Well, I guess that was though the real race, and that was New York. You know, she had the better job and money, and but she couldn't do this and that to get the house because back then the women, you couldn't buy a house in the woman's name even though she had the most income. But he had his own business, but so yeah, she didn't like take it from him. I mean, I guess he was nice enough to know, even though it was in his name, she paid. But anyway, the point is, they're friends, whatever, relatives, and then it was on the news too. There were people, because I saw it, there were people in the 80s, they had to choose between buying food or buying their pills, their medication, because Social Security and Medicare isn't enough. And this was the early 80s, I'm like 10 years old, it's like 84. So, like I said, these house niggas, they just keep with this, this stuff, free stuff. And that's what I'm saying. And he tried to say it, he got the question, the exclamation marks. And like I said, all this healthcare, you don't need none of that all that is socialism. Medicare, Social Security, literally, all this socialism. It's not gonna last. It's better. You know why? Like he said, we look, he said we. Yeah, speak for yourself, house nigga. But anyway, it's better. Why do you think the white folks don't need it? Why do you think they're and the Asians? Mexicans or whatever that work, and the blacks that work, they don't need all that. They got it. You're gonna collect your Social Security because you put into it. But it's just a small little part. You might only get like a 1,500, but if you had a good career, you don't even need it. And you don't use your Medicare or Medicaid. You don't use none of that because you got insurance. So we keep trying to tell these stupid ass niggas. It's like I said, it's like we just got to cut them loose. Stop arguing with, stop trying to talk to them. It's like you talking to a brick fucking wall. It's just painted brick. It's brick. You talking to a brick wall. There's nothing to do. You busting your head up against a brick wall. And like she said too, she said she want to go back because she's a female. I can feel her for that part. I mean, I'm not feeling because I don't want to go back. But hey, that's on her. I don't give a damn. Just leave their ass. Don't go back and tell them I told you so. Fuck them niggas. And then, that last resort, they always go to neither one of them. So when they can't get us to come on the Democrat side, they go to, well, neither one of them. I don't like neither one. Then, they won't. At first they all pumped up for the Democrats, but then when nobody want to listen and buy that bullshit, and we come out and make them look, stupid. Oh well, I don't like neither one of them. Then, okay.
Americans led by Republicans during Reconstruction, Civil Rights Act of 1866, First Lincoln, 14th and 15th Amendments, granted citizenship and voting rights to Black Americans led by Republicans during Reconstruction, Civil Rights Act of 1866, first law to protect citizenship and legal rights for African American. Civil Rights Act of 1957-1960 under President Eisenhower. Those acts aim to protect voting rights. First Step Act of 2018, signed by President Trump. It reforms sentencing laws and reduced mass incarceration, benefiting many Black Americans. Opportunity Zones 2017, tax incentives to encourage investment in low-income, often Black communities. Support for HBCUs, permanent funding for HBCUs under the Trump administration in 2019.
Yeah, I remember. That's what I'm saying. Before that, they had to come back every year and reapply. Da 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 da. Howard, all of them, Alabama State, FAMU, Alabama A&M, Texas, whatever. All these, every all even the small ones you don't know, Fayetteville State, whatever. The one here, I mean, whatever. Now it's permanent, but they still talking stupid shit.
I know that y'all gonna find a way to poo-poo all that stuff. And again, I'm not sure if all of it is true. We looked up the HBCU information that absolutely was true, even though it looks like Biden is doing more, but Biden is damn president, so he should.
He's not doing more. He ain't do nothing. And she don't even know that shit. They had to look it up. It's like everybody remember that. He said it over and over again. The HBCU thing, that was, but the HBCUs, they kept it quiet.
Be. He's also taking the daggone student loans for whoever he's taking them from and washing that away. You love that, so I guess that's the reason why that you think that you should vote for him. But don't think that it's going to continue.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he looked like he don't. How he look like he doing more? He look like he did. Unless you're talking about those PPP loans everybody are stealing. But what is he doing that makes him look like he's doing more for Black folks? Not a damn thing. He's not doing nothing for anybody. And like I said, he told on Kamala, like, yeah, she did that. She was right with me. Everything we did together.
Cam, because that ain't nothing that she addressed on her daggone website, even though y'all don't care about any policies because you worried about symbolism. Don't forget all the symbolism that happened during 2020 because you was out here rioting for George daggone Floyd. You wanted all them statues to be removed. You wanted all those names to be removed. And you wanted Juneteenth as a holiday. You got all them daggone statues removed. You got all them names removed. And you got daggone June 19th as a holiday. You still out here suffering. Still at the bottom of list. Still at the top of list. Still whining and complaining. Still saying that's white supremacy, discrimination, and racism. I don't know where this utopia is that y'all expect is about to happen. It ain't gonna happen. But y'all continue on, do your thing. And when you end up in the same spot, if Cam does end up being president, then we're gonna be here referring back yet again to say that's just what you get. That's it. That's all.
I mean, more than like, also she got kids. Yeah, just because, like I said, that's what you get. I mean, how many of us? I might not have got. That's just what you get. That's what you get. For something serious. But we all didn't had to. Didn't I tell you stop running? And because especially at that age where you still cry. So, whatever. And, boom, next thing you know, you done bust something, you're scratching it. Then, after they check you over, you still crying, that's what you get. I told you, stop running, especially in the house. I told you, stop running. You wouldn't listen. They told you, over, stop running. Stop running, stop running. Boom. Come here. You all right, see? That's what you get. That's how everybody learn. Every nigga I know, all the real, that's how So that's what you get. Is not necessarily a threat. That's just how we was raised. Everybody, we didn't have to be raised together. And yeah, it can get to something serious. Like I said, out here in the streets. Well, ain't nobody really in the streets no more like that. Anyway, it's all fake, Democrat shit. They realized we started hitting the streets to get away from the traps that they planted, and then they thought they would just infiltrate. Thankfully, they were stupid, and they just could. And then they probably couldn't find none of the real niggas to turn on us. Like Tupac or any of the other groups, they couldn't get them to. All of them wanted to be real hardcore, and so they had to find a clown like Puffy to do it. Because he was never hard. He was never real, when you look at his old pictures when he, he looked like he always looked at fake the whole time. When he's just, he one day he in his Versace, and the other time he in a baseball cap and a jean suit. He looked like a fake ass nigga the whole fucking time. His old pictures of puppy. That's why I never liked him. He always looked at phony from the beginning. In '94, you know. Nobody knew he was worked for Arista Records and that's where he came from. Nobody even cared or asked where did he come from, how you get a record company. Like a whole bunch of dudes that just came out with record companies. Then but the whole time he looked like a studio gangster. Yeah, like he just went and bought some street urban clothes, as they call it. Yeah, he looked like urban clothes. He went to the urban wear department at Macy's or something, and bought some urban clothes. That's what he looked like the whole time from the beginning. Look stupid, but shit. Let me start a whole new one.